Hello, everyone in Canada and the contemporary world. Hello from Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. I'm looking over the main square that has the federal government buildings, including they have a bicameral system because they're a republic and they have a Senate and a House of Commons. However, they're very corrupt. Today, after your look at criminal law last class, and I asked you to look up some cases in the paper and looked at mens rea and actus reus. Today, we're actually going to look at the criminal justice system. And what you see before you is what David Asper created. He and I created this a few years ago, and he's a criminal lawyer. He represented David Milgaard. You may know David Milgaard from his famous case where he was put in jail for 25 years for killing and raping a woman in Saskatoon, and then was found not to be guilty after DNA evidence proved that it wasn't him. But the sausage factory basically suggests that if you have bad things that go in that start around here, so it might be bad police investigation or something down the road, that only bad things can come out here. And so for any crime to happen, we know that, or any criminal justice process to start, it has to start with a crime. And we laid out what a crime was last class. Anytime there's a crime, the police get involved. And the police, their role is to do an investigation and to collect evidence. And once they do that, then they lay a charge up here. And then the accused is either released on bail or held in remand, in custody. Within 24 hours, they have their bail hearing as per the charter. We know that. Then the Crown attorney gets the package from the police, and the Crown sort of has to say, okay, they're going to assess whether or not the case will go to trial. And there's two key criteria that they have to look at for that. The first is, is there a reasonable chance for the person to actually be found guilty? And then secondly, is it in the public's best interest for this trial to proceed? So there can either be a plea bargain, the Crown can either drop it, or it can actually go to trial. And then when it goes to trial, that's where the Crown and the defense argue the case of the accused, the onus being on the Crown, obviously, to prove the case. After which there's a sentencing hearing, and the judge has tons and tons of tools at his or her fingertips for sentencing, but they must go by the criminal code as well. And then finally, there's an appeal process. So if the defense finds that some of the evidence back here was garbage, they can appeal it. And so take a look at this, and then view my instructions for what you're going to have to do. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, and we'll go from there.